All right, let's keep this intensity rolling. The situation with Prince Harry and the Royal and VIP Executive Committee isn't just a legal battle. It's a full-on confrontation that has the potential to reshape the monarchy as we know it. The implications are staggering, and the stakes are sky-high. Imagine being in Harry's shoes for a minute. You're a member of one of the most famous families in the world, and you've grown up under the constant scrutiny of the public eye. You move halfway across the globe, seeking to carve out a life that feels authentic, only to find yourself embroiled in a legal conflict that threatens to expose not just your personal life but also the very foundations of an institution that has stood for centuries. The emotional toll must be enormous. Let's talk about the backdrop of this conflict. The British monarchy has historically thrived on tradition, decorum, and a carefully curated public image. But Harry and Meghan have thrown a wrench into that carefully constructed machine. Their approach has been anything but traditional. By stepping away from royal duties, they've openly challenged the monarchy's expectations and norms, and this latest legal dispute is just another chapter in that ongoing saga. Critics are having a field day. They argue that Markle's influence has led Harry to make decisions that could be seen as self-sabotaging. The very act of taking legal action against an institution that once provided him with a sense of identity and security raises eyebrows. It's not just about the money or the protection, it's about the symbolism behind it all. Harry's fight for security in the UK is perceived as a rejection of the monarchy's authority, and that's a radical move in the eyes of royal watchers. Now, let's delve deeper into the role that Meghan Markle plays in all of this. It's no secret that she is a polarizing figure. Some view her as a breath of fresh air, a modernizing force who dares to challenge the status quo. Others, however, see her as a manipulative figure who has led Harry down a path of destruction. The truth likely lies somewhere in between, but the narrative is compelling nonetheless. The private memos submitted to the court are particularly revealing. They illustrate a stark contrast between Harry's claims of danger and the findings of the RAVEC experts. The emotional language used in those memos raises questions about credibility. Are these exaggerated claims a genuine reflection of Harry's fears, or are they part of a larger strategy to paint a certain narrative? The judge's conclusion, that there was no legitimate threat, injects further drama into an already volatile situation. And let's not overlook the implications this has for the monarchy as a whole. The British public has always had a complicated relationship with the royal family. On one hand, there's a sense of reverence and respect for tradition. On the other, there's a growing appetite for transparency and accountability. Harry and Meghan's actions, whether viewed positively or negatively, have forced the monarchy to reckon with the changing tides of public opinion. In the wake of this legal battle, one has to wonder, how will the royal family adapt? Will they become more open and accessible, or will they double down on tradition and attempt to maintain an air of exclusivity? The choice they make could have lasting repercussions for their public image. As for Harry and Meghan, their journey is fraught with challenges. They've launched their own media ventures, hoping to control their narrative and engage with the public on their own terms. But as we've seen, this can backfire spectacularly. The media landscape is unforgiving, and every misstep is magnified under the microscope. The court's decision regarding Harry's security is just the tip of the iceberg. It raises questions about privilege, access, and what it means to be part of the royal family in the 21st century. If Harry can't secure taxpayer-funded protection, what does that say about his status? Is he still a prince, or is he now just another celebrity navigating a treacherous media landscape? And let's not forget the potential ramifications for other royals. If Harry can't secure the protection he believes he needs, what message does that send to other family members? Will they feel emboldened to speak out against the monarchy, or will they retreat further into the shadows, wary of the fallout? The monarchy has always thrived on control, and this conflict has exposed vulnerabilities that could lead to a power shift. If Harry and Meghan succeed in reshaping public perception, we could be witnessing the beginning of a new era for the royal family, one that is more attuned to the realities of modern life yet fraught with its own set of challenges. In the court of public opinion, the Sussexes are playing a risky game. They're positioning themselves as champions of change, but at what cost? The royal family is not just a brand, it represents centuries of tradition and service. By challenging its very essence, they risk alienating themselves from the institution that has defined them for so long. Public sentiment is a fickle thing. One moment, the public could rally behind Harry and Meghan as they fight for their rights and security. The next, they could turn against them if they perceive them as hypocritical or out of touch. The stakes are incredibly high, and the pressure is palpable. As this situation continues to unfold, we're left with more questions than answers. What will be the long-term effects of this legal battle? Will it strengthen or weaken the Sussexes' ties to the monarchy? And how will the British public respond to these unfolding events? One thing is certain, the world is watching closely. The British monarchy is at a crossroads, and the decisions made in the coming months could redefine its future. The conflict between Prince Harry and the RAVC is not just a legal matter, it's a cultural moment that could reshape the institution for generations to come. So, buckle up, folks. This is a wild ride, and it's far from over. As we await the next developments, we can only speculate on the impact this legal battle will have on the monarchy, the Sussexes, and the future of royal traditions. The saga continues, and it promises to be anything but dull.